Allah created the entire universe based on mathematics. From the rotation of the earth to the structure of living beings, everything follows the precise laws of physics, chemistry, and the golden ratio. This precision in creation is a sign of Allah's wisdom. As the physicist Leonard Susskind said, everything seems to lie almost on a knife's edge, that if you were to change the laws of physics even slightly, the world as we know it wouldn't exist. These words highlight the fine-tuning of creation, which is also reflected in the Qur'an. Beyond its spiritual and moral message, one particular aspect stands out: the mathematically precise structure of the Qur'an and the alignment of its content with scientifically recognized constants of nature. Miracle 1. The Middle Nation. The surah is on the screen. This term, Middle Nation, refers to a community that embodies justice and balance. What's intriguing is that this verse is located exactly in the middle of Surah Al-Baqara, which contains 286 verses. Verse 143 is precisely in the center of the entire surah. The fact that this precise mathematical position was achieved, even though the surah was revealed over a span of nearly 10 years while other surahs were also being revealed. At that time, there were no numbered verses or surahs available to the believers as a reference. The surahs were transmitted orally, and the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, would inform his companions which verses belonged to which surah. The revelation of verses often related to ongoing events. Achieving the exact placement of this verse in the middle of Surah Al-Baqarah solely through oral transmission is an extraordinary feat and a testament to the divine wisdom in the Qur'an. Miracle 2. Metal in the Earth's core. The Surah Al-Hadid, the 57th surah in the Qur'an, translates as the iron. This surah is located exactly in the middle of the Qur'an, which consists of 114 surahs, symbolically reflecting the central position of iron in the Qur'an. Similarly, iron is located in the Earth's core, positioned at the center of the globe. This miracle has an additional dimension. There are exactly 5,100 verses in the Qur'an up until the mention of the word iron in Surah Al-Hadid. This number directly correlates with the depth of the Earth's core, where iron is found at approximately 5,100 kilometers deep. Here is what Britannica says on the screen. Now this alignment highlights the divine wisdom and precision behind the Qur'an. Miracle 3. The structure of the Qur'an. The mathematical order of the chapters and verses is intricately connected. A mathematical harmony throughout the entire Qur'an becomes evident when some simple calculations are performed. Here is the maths on the screen. At first glance, the miracle might not seem obvious. Some of you may have noticed that the sum of the surah numbers and the sum of the odd numbers both equal 6,555. Similarly, the sum of the verses in the entire Qur'an and the sum of the even numbers both equal 6,236. Such a precise mathematical design of a book is truly unimaginable, especially considering that this book was revealed orally over decades. Miracle 4. How long did the sleepers of the cave sleep? The surah is on the screen. This verse describes a time span of 300 years plus an additional 9 years. Allah mentions both 300 and 300 plus 9 years as a time span. Interestingly, this reveals an amazing alignment between the solar and lunar calendars. Looking at the maths, this precise calculation, which accounts for both the solar and lunar calendars, is another example of the mathematical precision in the Qur'an and points to its divine origin. Understanding the revelation of the Qur'an. The Qur'an was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, over a period of 23 years. This revelation occurred in 3 different ways: through the angel Gabriel, in the Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, dreams, and directly into his memory. During the Prophet's lifetime, the Qur'an was primarily transmitted orally. People knew the Qur'an only through the Prophet's words and the oral tradition. It was only after the death of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that the Qur'an was compiled in written form. This is an important detail because it is humanly impossible to embed complex mathematical structures into a spoken text. The presence of mathematical patterns in the Qur'an, despite the text being initially transmitted orally, serves as proof of the divine origin of the Qur'an. The mathematical structures in the Qur'an are not only fascinating but also profound. They highlight that the Qur'an is much more than a religious book. It is a work of remarkable precision and wisdom. The mathematical perfection evident in its verses points to a supernatural intelligence and affirms the divine origin of the text. Do they not then reflect on the Qur'an?